สวัสดีครับ Greetings from Bangkok Kasit Piromya once again, and we are now in the second month of the year 2025, and since the beginning of the year I could say that there's a lot of commotion around the world as the United States has a new president by the name of Donald Trump. He has been coming out with many policy objectives that affect the world directly and indirectly, everywhere around the world. The latest commotion, surprise, is his announcement that he has signed a presidential decree executive order to suspend United States development aid, including humanitarian aid, for 90 days in order to assess the situation. Or in other words, he is taking a thorough look at the United States aid agency by the name of USAID or USAID, because he's a bit concerned about malpractices or corruption, about the ineffective and useless use of the American tax money and so on. So he's reviewing the same thing. But the suspension means that the flow of financial assistance is also making problems for the various recipients, especially the non-governmental organizations all over the world. And for Thailand, we are no longer a major recipient of the United States as it used to be during the Cold War, when we were the frontline state against communism. So investment, grant aid, soft loans and so on were coming to the Thai kingdom from various democratic countries, especially the United States. But Thailand has achieved up the certain level of development. And I think during the course of the 1980s onward, international aid, especially from the United States to Thailand, has been cut or reduced substantially. So in that sense, Thailand is not dependent on the United States for development aid. But there are still some remaining activities that the United States side still provide to the Thai kingdom. Especially in terms of some scholarships, research activities, and especially in the medical field. And along the Thai-Myanmar border, there are 9 refugee camps with about almost 100,000 population. And there are movements of refugees back and forth across the Thai-Myanmar border, especially for the past few years, because of the civil war situation inside Myanmar. Whether it's a fixed refugees in the 9 camps or a sort of floating refugees, they all need medical care and attention. And those care and attention mostly have been provided by international as well as domestic Thai NGOs. And many of them are dependent on the U.S. financial assistance. So with the suspension of the aid for 90 days, and with the future prospect that the aid will be cut by President Donald Trump. So we have to rethink and regroup ourselves. For the immediate period of 90 days of suspension, it is incumbent on the Thai government, especially through the Ministry of Health and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, to use the contingency emergency budget, okay, to provide medicine, necessary medical equipment, even salaries and so on, to the doctors and nurses along the Thai-Myanmar border. At the same time, especially the Ministry of Foreign Affairs should start talking to fellow ASEAN members, especially Singapore and Brunei. Both are very rich countries, for them to render some financial assistance to help Myanmar, the Myanmar people. And Myanmar is also a member of the ASEAN community. So a sort of a self-help measure should be the name of the game. Thailand help itself, and ASEAN of the 10 countries together also carried out the self-help to prepare ourselves for the eventuality. With or without the United States development aid, we have to think and move on the road of self-help and reduce the dependency mentality and the dependency act. We could do it. We are in the position to do so. And look across the ASEAN borders. There are still some wealthy countries around, especially in the Middle East. And in the ASEAN communities, most of the ASEAN citizens are Muslims. Indonesia, Malaysia, Brunei in particular. So ASEAN together can appeal or talk to our friends in the Middle East, especially the Gulf states, also for them to render assistance and work together as fellow Asian countries and as fellow, more or less, developing countries and so on. We should help one another. And I think reduce the reliance on the developed countries, the Western countries and so on. So this is something that I would like to leave for you to ponder. And we should, if we can, tell the Thai government and the Thai agencies to act accordingly. Thank you very much. ขอบคุณมากครับ